They took the heaters of GAT. They took the top of the line cars all the way down to the lug nuts. I'm talking $500-$600 lug nuts on their car, and put them on that bridge. The time that Austin and Dan put into that show is just amazing, because they made sure that they had fire cars, a fire venue. I mean, CJ's car probably had photos of the year.
Oh yeah. Our live action. Who's gonna host this? Can I host? Can I be the host of our new podcast? Just one, because I like to talk. I love to speak. I love my voice.
You got the prettiest mouth, so I mean, go ahead.
What do you mean by that? Good morning, everybody. We are back. Season 2, that we like to call, of the what was once Stance 101, and is now the Stance Shop Boys podcast.
The podcast.
Stance Shop Boys, the podcast. I'm sorry. We're back. We're back in action. But yeah, we're back, guys. New setup, as you guys see. Took some time and working. Was working hard at the shop. You follow us on Instagram, but we made some big changes. Got a new setup. Got all 4 of us in here now. Just kind of incorporate everybody's opinion, because we live this life. We all talk about it every day. So we're gonna bring those talks, those conversations, that drama to you, all together. So I'm excited. You guys excited?
Oh yeah,
very. It's gonna be dope.
But yeah, we had the setup done for about 2 weeks now. We had a few shows last week.
It hasn't been 2 weeks.
It's been like a month.
It's been like a month and a half.
It's been
But
a
you guys know what
hot
I'm saying.
minute.
We had it done for a little bit now. We want to make sure we got some haircuts. We look. Oh shit! I have my hat on.
Oh yeah, that hairline looking a little. Oof.
I'm getting my waves back for the time being. But okay, we're back. We went to Cincinnati for Lower the Levee last weekend, so we couldn't do it then. We want to shoot these on the weekends when shop's not busy. Tyler makes way too much noise during the week.
He's always using an air hammer.
It makes no every time.
Every car he's using, it's a fucking air hammer.
Sense.
It makes no sense.
But the setup's pretty clean. We like to think. We're gonna make some minor tweaks, depending on how this one goes and how it looks.
We got our new logo.
New logo for the podcast. You'll see that in a lot of places.
The saw looks like a just off the boat Indian. Carlos looks like he's like
he sells perfume.
He sells perfume. But that's the dude that be getting you at the mall to sell perfume.
They didn't get my nose ring. I think I'm really handsome. Like that's me. That's if you guys have seen me in person, I'm gorgeous.
I'm definitely selling chains at a kiosk.
Ryan looks like he makes at least $1.2 million a year and owns a boat
in crypto.
Yeah, like he's that guy. Like, man, you want to invest? But yeah, I didn't get my nose ring. Still mad about that. But I got mine.
I didn't get mine.
And my earrings.
Oh yeah, they definitely didn't get the sauce. What's it called?
Septum. But yeah, that's cool. That's
sure your
dope.
parents happy about that.
Yeah, are your parents happy? You want to talk about that?
I can't say what my dad called
we
me
can talk
on
about
that.
it.
Yeah, we'll talk about it.
We'll talk about it.
Well, we got the grass. We went to our local Lowe's. It was Lowe's.
This is off white.
It was Lowe's.
Oh
yes, I'm sorry. This is off beige. It's a new brand. Off beige.
Off color grass.
We got these hospital chairs. Like we took some steps. We put in some time. We got these chairs for free from a business that was.
We actually got to put our ski masks to good use for that. Actually.
Yes.
By the way, that's how we got the chairs for free.
Just don't ask questions.
Yeah.
But everyone's got their custom chair. You'll see them when we get up later.
What y'all do with my ski mask?
Don't worry about it.
How you think we got the chairs? It's for free.
Ain't nothing free, baby.
You gave a ski mask to some hospital lady.
No, we robbed them. We used them.
Yeah,
we used them. We didn't give the ski masks away.
No. But we got our stuff back here, some trophies, some a bag, because we do bag and zones. Follow us on Instagram at Carolina Stand Shop if you want the car back. But just trying to get the vibes right, because this is all stuff we love. This piece of shit ass. This heritage wheel that's in between us for a customer's car. And just stuff, this. So we took our time, kind of made it look good. We painted the fridge. Me and Carlos painted the fridge, and that was a mess.
Base clear,
baby. We did some body work on it. Gotta get it right. But that's it. And it was exciting. This is something new for us. We're all aesthetic people, and we wanted it to look really cool. We watched listen to a lot of podcasts on YouTube and iTunes. So we kind of took inspiration from a lot of that. But yeah, I'm excited.
Well, I guess it's time to talk about the first thing that we're here to talk about.
It's time to talk.
We go to probably 15 shows a year.
Just about.
Right?
About
Something
15,
like that.
yeah.
Anywhere from Tennessee to Florida, ATL, stuff like that.
Now Ohio.
Now Ohio. So, probably 6, 7, 8 months ago now, something like that, we got a call from Dan and Austin from Substantial, and they said they were going to host a show. Now, I mean, you guys all know that when someone hits you up to host a show, it can go one of two ways. It can be decent or it can be terrible. It hardly ever is great on a first show. And that's happened to us too, right? I mean, we've hosted shows and they're all right, but you never get like a banger first show.
Yeah, it's very rare.
Until now.
Until
now.
Oh, yeah.
They definitely, that was, going to Ohio for one is far. I mean, it's not the farthest we've gone, because probably Florida's the farthest we've gone so far, because it's like 8.5 hours.
So
but it was a good 6.5 of boring ass hours.
Oh my God.
So it was definitely the second farthest we've gone. So to take a chance on a show that's his first show, 6.5 took us 8 hours to get there.
Who?
Is a big chance.
Not me.
But it was definitely worth the drive. And I'll tell you why. Because I love SC shows. We all love SC shows.
Yeah.
SC shows are great.
Starlin does a very good job hosting SC shows, and they're awesome.
They're great.
I do love SC
They
shows.
have something about this show.
It's just, and there's nothing. I'm still going to continue to go to SC shows forever. There's nothing. I love SC shows. But venues like convention centers are fire. Like, it's fun. But outside venue, like how ASM does, where it just be in random ass cool places.
Random places.
But they're cool though. This one was on a bridge. Not just any bridge though. It was a bridge over an entire river or lake
that connected Kentucky to
Ohio.
Oh, the Ohio River. So, I mean, cars on the bridge.
It was insane, brother.
It was nuts.
We were all there, so I can't really. I can't be like, yeah, you guys don't understand, but you guys do. We were there, and I don't know, because we the first night when we went walking just to go see it before the show, we got there Thursday night, so we went Thursday after we ate, right? To go check it out.
Yeah. Thursday after we ate.
We got there, and I was just amazed. It just looked so cool. I don't know.
Talking about the food though.
Oh,
Eric's restaurant.
Oh, our homie Eric.
Top tier.
That's some of the best Thai food.
Him and his family
I've
own
ever
Thai.
had.
They have a few Thai food restaurants in Cincinnati, and this is Eric's restaurant. And brother, it was a like soft opening night, and the food was insane. I mean,
they were packed.
It just so worked out that it was their soft open.
We got there right on time.
Yeah, 100%. Got in there.
I'm mad we didn't go back, honestly.
We said we were gonna go back, but we just had so much going on. We had a lot of fun in the city, and that's like one of the biggest things. Like, Gatlinburg is cool because there's a lot of stuff to do in Gatlinburg, like outside of the show. But then you have some shows, and that's no fault of theirs, but like there's just some venues that's like Riverside.
You're kind of just there.
Riverside, it's like you go to the show, and some people like the Riverside as a city, but like there ain't much to do
Chattanooga, you meant to say?
There ain't much. Oh yeah, Chat as a city. There ain't much to do there. It's like you go to the show, and it's like boom, photo shoots and stuff like. But Cincinnati though, in Kentucky, see, we were like, if here's Cincy, here's Kentucky, we're here on the bridge, right? Because the bridge connects both. So like either side of the bridge you go to, which is all stance cars through, by the way, each side there was shit to do. So it's like you go on this side, have some fun. Go on this side, have some fun. Really walk through and see stance cars. I mean, it was fire.
I like most how and I guess it wasn't their job to do this, but the bridge had everything next to it. You didn't have to really drive to go. You had food, you had bars, you had places to go and hang out. Yeah, the aquarium. It was right, literally downtown.
Yeah, the fucking
Cincinnati.
Aquarium, bitches.
No, listen, don't do that.
That's the only thing he wanted to do.
I don't drink.
Bro, this shit was $40
so the
a
bars
person.
and everything is cool.
It was $4 a person. That's why we didn't go.
What's $40?
See,
But you're mad at us.
I just went to the Georgia Aquarium, which is the best aquarium in the world. So if I'm gonna spend $200 there, like 2 months ago,
$200 in an aquarium, brother.
Bet you ain't pet a shark there.
You petted a shark.
I pet
You pet a shark?
I pet the thing that killed Steve Irwin.
Oh, stingray.
A stingray.
And they
That's
pet
not the
them
same,
things
though.
everywhere.
They pet the
If I know they had a petting zoo that had sharks,
I wouldn't say a zoo. It's not a
Yeah,
petting zoo. There's no
that's
goats.
petting water park,
petting
water park, I could pet a shark. I would have went. You didn't tell me all that.
They ain't got no teeth.
How was I supposed to know, Carlos? I didn't go inside yet.
You didn't check the brochure?
Yeah, you ain't going.
No, we just kind of went in there and just
Google
had
and
fun.
But you got to think though, like Georgia Aquarium's like
That's the best
supposedly
one.
It's the best one in the world. So why would I spend money again to go to an aquarium that's subpar?
But you
Not
can't.
saying
But
it's
see, now I
subpar,
wish I
but it's
would've went
not.
there.
But you
Georgia
can't
Aquarium.
beat. You can't beat
The best.
the Georgia. Yeah, you can't beat the best. So I mean, I get what he's saying.
But hold on now. the sharks. Let's go back.
I do want to talk about these sharks. You
No, the sharks were dope. They had a little thing. You know, you got to do a little 2-finger
How big
swipe
were the
on the
sharks?
head.
Was it
They were like.
Oh,
that.
Oh, little baby
man,
shark.
You gonna go up there and
shark.
fucking pet
No.
megalodon?
Yeah, I'm trying to pick great white, bro.
But they also did have a tightrope where it's like,
You walked across it?
yeah, you walk across it,
Like a
and the
tightrope.
the sharks are underneath you.
Like
Oh.
a tightrope. Like you have to balance on a tightrope.
No,
Well,
actually
I mean,
die.
there's obviously a net on the sides, like a V, so you hold
I
on to the
remember.
net.
It's not
But
like-
the
when I
sharks
went
are going
last year.
under you and jumping and shit and
Yeah,
splashing
jumping?
water
You
everywhere.
sure that wasn't a dolphin?
Yeah,
No,
I got my turbo grease got.
I went last time. It's the big room and it's the black net you walk over.
Yeah.
I remember that. It was.
Georgia has the same thing, but it's alligators.
I don't. Gators are kind of boring.
And Georgia has the one where you with the penguins, where you go in a little dome.
Oh
and all
yeah, the
around
penguin
you.
dome.
That's
Wait,
fire.
Well, that one did
There's a
too, but
penguin
it
dome?
was later in the day, and apparently,
Oh,
in
see,
the,
Georgia had it all day.
apparently in the North Pole, they have the penguin exhibit has to go dark because they start getting freaked out. when
Yeah,
they're not
I
in
mean-
their natural
I mean,
habitat.
that
So
sounds
they
like
were
a-
asleep.
That sounds like a skill.
just turn the lights off.
Turn the lights off. Dim the lights.
They did. They dimmed the lights, but
Cut
they were
off
like,
the
you can
lights.
stay and watch, but try not to disturb them because this is their night.
Light a
fuck that, I'm
candle.
a
Not
Okay.
Georgia. Not
That's
Georgia.
insane.
Oh yeah, they outside. See, the ones in Georgia, they what you call it?
Sounds like to me Cincinnati cares more about their animals.
Nah,
Back to the
listen.
show though.
Back to the show.
Yeah.
And that's kind of what I want to talk about with y'all guys, because we do go to a lot of shows. We go to a lot of different shows. We go to now Substantial Show. We go to Slam Enough. We go to Clean Exhibition. We've been to a few
ASM.
ASM shows. There's been some drama in the car scene about the quality of these car shows that we go to. I want to talk about that.
I would like to preface to say though, so GAT high quality, fire quality.
That's
but
show you.
what people don't understand is like, okay, so like SC as a business, right? SC as a business, they can only accept what gets registered. So like if they put all this money in for a show and they don't get a lot of registration, or they get a lot of registration but the cars aren't like insane SEMA quality ass cars, towards the end they got to start accepting cars, otherwise it's a L for the business, right? So just keep in mind they can only they can only accept what's registered, if that makes sense.
And SC GAT, I mean, they fill up a venue for what, maybe 200 cars,
I think SC GAT's like 220, 230.
yeah, 220 to 30. So they have a lot. They have a lot that they have to fill to be able to make a profit or break even. And everyone's all like, "Oh, these shows are all about making money." I mean, if you're dumping this much money into it,
And it's your only job.
yeah, like of
To
course
put on
you're
a
gonna
show
go
like
and try to
that-
make some money.
Yeah, to put on a show like that, it's a full-time job.
And
So it's like, shit ain't free.
A lot of people were like, there's a lot of high quality cars, but if you don't accept other types of cars too, we're gonna be seeing these same exact cars every show.
Yeah.
Because not every dude who spends 20, 30K in their car is going to sit there and be like, oh, new year, new setup.
Yeah.
A lot of people aren't like that. They build a car. There's some fire cars out there that
Yeah.
I know of that have been the same for like 4, 5,
You got to
6
get
years.
some of yours. We got to get some of the newer cars.
wish.
We got to get some of the newer builds in there and the newer cars. And I see it all the time. Everyone after every show, everyone makes a post on Facebook about, oh, there was this
Rep wheel counter,
rep wheel
yeah.
this. The fitment was. I mean, what do you? The car scene isn't just about the quality builds, which I mean, the main part of it is like that's what everyone strives for. But you have to get there.
But realistically, though, if you really think about it, every show that everybody wants to be in is GAT.
Yeah, so
Everybody wants to. So you have all these other shows that kills the time to get to GAT.
Yep.
There's people like us and people out there that are building their cars to get to GAT.
Yeah.
So they're not going to apply to all these other shows in the meantime because obviously
Majority
they're
of them
getting
won't.
ready for the big banger.
GAT is just that shit. They
It's
just
just a
made
show.
their
And
name.
And honestly, like with how my car has been going, it's like my car's a GAT car only. I mean,
Yeah, exactly.
Well, what's crazy to me is like GAT is so iconic and so like big now. This shit ain't even in Gatlinburg anymore.
No,
it's
for
just called Gatlinburg. Like people know it by Gatlinburg. The shit's in Sevierville.
yeah, all the shows
It's not even
say,
in
they
Gat.
don't say Sevierville 2023.
No,
they say
Gat-
Gatlinburg.
They say
Everyone-
Gatlinburg,
everyone
and it's
just
not
knows
even
Gat.
SC GAT. Like you go to any car person and say you going to GAT. You could be saying, "Are you going to Gatlinburg next weekend for a family trip?" They already know what
They
the
know
fuck
what
you're
you're
talking
talking
about.
about, yeah.
Like you say, you going to GAT. They already know you're talking about September 28th to October 2nd or whatever.
Literally, literally
They
every
already
second.
know.
You could talk to them
Thursday
in
to Monday,
January.
baby.
They already got a house booked for it.
Thursday
Bro,
to
yeah,
Monday,
we
baby.
got our house built like 6 months prior. Like everybody knows that that's the show. You got guys out here literally building cars for just that show, even out of the country.
Yeah, I was gonna say that we had guys from Australia, Japan. I mean, if you guys know Mako, like one of the biggest faces in Japan, who actually is the head of Substantial over there, they come over for the show. It's insane. It's wild.
Not knowing how to speak a lick of English.
Literally.
But
And
they be out
came
there
here and
vibing.
had the time of their life.
They be
Oh,
out
let's
there
not talk about the
vibing.
magazine they made.
Oh, that magazine.
That magazine was a
Oh,
banger.
yeah.
The
The
magazine
Shaded
straight
magazine.
from Japan was
So
insane.
wild.
That magazine was a banger.
Definitely
So
shout out
wild.
to Shaded Magazine because us motherfuckers, we first opened it backwards.
Yeah.
apparently the shit over there is
told us, too, he
backwards.
said, if this is your first page you're opening, flip it over because you're reading. I said,
You're reading the wrong way. I was like, okay. But I got my car featured in there. I was super hyped about that. That magazine's thick as hell because it
Thick.
sucks. Cause
I'm looking at it right now. Thick
yeah,
as
it's
fuck.
right there over there. The thing that sucks though is like car magazines are dying.
Yes,
Like, well, anything really. Like, I mean, you used to go to the store and like you pick up a magazine off the counter, like a car magazine, like Sports Illustrated. Like, ask yourself the last time you really went and bought an issue of Sports Illustrated.
anything
from
on paper
fucking
is gone.
store.
When I was a kid and going to Publix, that was the first section I was going to. I was looking at them lowriders.
No, yo, I was in there looking for the Hustler magazines
Okay.
because I was too.
Anyways,
But anything on paper is dying, and I do appreciate that someone is trying to keep it alive. Like, you have a few brands like Kinetic and maybe some
Kinetic
other
magazine's
magazines.
straight. The Shaded magazine's obviously straight.
They want to keep it alive. I
Yeah.
really appreciate that. The hard copies are still there.
But with all of that, with all of us saying all that, and how the quality of GAT is, that just pushes what Levy was even more with what Dan and Austin Lay did, because
Yes.
they had a smaller venue to fill. They had what, maybe 50 cars on the bridge, 50ish.
no.
It was like
Probably
80.
75.
75, 80,
Yeah, because
yeah.
there was probably like 20 on each side of the bridge too.
Yeah, but then
like that.
compared to the 230 that GAT's venue is,
Yeah.
they took the heaters of GAT. They took the top of the line cars all the way down to the lug nuts. I'm talking
Literally,
$500-$600 lug nuts on their car, and put them on that bridge. The time that Austin and Dan put into that show is just amazing, because they made sure that they had fire cars, a fire venue. I mean, CJ's car probably had photos of the year.
Oh yeah,
Being
Yeah,
where he was.
100%.
You had Ohio City line in the background of CJ's car, and CJ has one of the hardest static cars I've ever seen
Of all time.
And
Yeah.
I'm not a fan of static cars, so
all
that means a lot coming from me. And then they made sure that on either side of the bridge you had stuff to do. There's bars, there's bowling alleys, restaurants. There was a whole mall. There was a mall there,
Yeah, we
a
went
hype
shopping.
store. I had a custom shirt made. And for people who don't even drink or do stuff like that, like for me, I went to a fucking aquarium during your show. I thought that was the coolest thing ever.
Which was literally a 10-second walk.
Yeah, it was cool.
Yeah, I was
it
gone
was
for like
very
40
The coolest thing about that though is like they definitely also had more cars. So like, yeah, we saw maybe 100 and some odd cars, maybe like 100 even
Yeah.
flat. But Austin told me, I was talking, me and Zion were talking to him in the morning. They had a lot more cars, and like for your first show, it's kind of one of them things. Like at least like for your average person, when they do a show, they're gonna want to break even.
Yeah.
They're gonna want to or make a little bit of money. They're gonna want to have a lot of cars there, right? Austin was telling us they pre-denied like 10, 15 cars. He said what they were doing is they were going to like shows, and like they'd see some of these cars that applied and that they accepted, and they would deny them because it was about quality.
Yeah.
So it's like for them to like basically put their neck on the line and deny cars on their first show, that shows you like some of the quality that they were looking for, because I mean that's a lot of heat that they had to take
Yeah.
up front to like for a show, like for a first show, because they're denying kids like, oh, this is our first show, but you ain't gonna make it.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
And that's bold.
Yeah, bold.
But, I
It's
mean,
very
but
bold,
That's
and-
bold, but the quality there was crazy.
Insane,
especially
bro.
with how everyone's incorporating the catfish policy now, like SC did last year, and
they
SC
came out
turned
the
away
gate.
a lot of
I
cars
support
away.
it.
And
I
they
don't
got-
care what people
yeah,
say.
of
I
course.
support it too.
I mean, they're taking so much backlash on the internet for not having good cars or the nice cars and not giving the other cars a chance, so they enforced the catfish policy, and now everyone is still mad. So
Yeah,
SC apparently cannot win.
Yeah.
like
I support it.
everyone's just gonna be mad. We all support the catfish policy, and I believe, like, I mean, with Lay's show, I mean, they enforced the catfish policy too, but they did all the back end work before.
Yeah.
and I don't even think they turned any cars away at the
I
door.
asked Austin,
No.
they didn't, not at
Because-
the door, because they did their due diligence. He said they were zooming in on photos.
Yeah,
They
because
were
even
like-
my car, I was gonna go before I was gonna drift and some other stuff. Now I'm selling my car. It's a whole nother story. But he asked me straight up. He says, "You got any small imperfections?" He asked for pictures. And I showed him. He said, "Cool, we good." Yada yada. And I it takes so much time to do that to almost every person. That cars with a rap, like you said, zooming in on pictures. They instead of just looking at them, scrolling through, accepting or denying, they took extra time. But I appreciate that, and it showed at the show when you were there.
Here's the thing, though. Like, a lot of times people will be like, "Oh, you know, that's too strict." The catfish, bro. Some of the shit that y'all be getting denied for is shit that you could fix like
Literally,
easily, bro. Or like when it was installed, just take like the little bit of extra time, like the extra hour to fix, like fitment, like on fucking carbon pieces.
Yeah.
Like, dude, we install carbon here all the time. The amount of times that we've actually just slapped some carbon on and sent them out the door is slim to none. Literally slim to none. Like, you have to sit there. I mean, you got to ream holes out. I mean, you got to sit there and fuck with it. So a lot of the shit that they're looking for is shit that y'all could fix, like, very, very easily. Like, small wrap imperfections or, you know, paint imperfections and stuff like that. Because you got to think, bro, especially for a show like GAT, like, they're not sitting there denying cars for, like, SC Atlanta or, like, SC North Carolina or, you know, shit like that. They're not in for GAT because you got motherfuckers that aren't even in the car scene that know GAT, and they're like, we're going.
Yep.
So if they're coming to a show and they're getting hyped up by people like us to say GAT's the best show of the year, why the hell would they want to go to a show to see a car that's got panels that have a gap this big here and a gap this big here, wrap peeling off, you know, all that stuff.
A lot of people don't understand that.
They just don't get it, bro. Like, I'm not
sense.
paying. Like, I haven't paid as a spectator, and I can't tell you how long, because I always usually bring my car. But if I'm spending $30-$40 to come into a venue to see some shit ass cars, I'm gonna be upset. Especially even if I lived in the city, that's still time that I gotta take out to go somewhere that I could just see the same shit ass cars in a parking lot somewhere. So that's why the catfish policy is so important.
I do want to preface this because I feel like some people are gonna like feel like we're contradicting ourselves talking about how SE should accept some cars that aren't like, yeah, they might not have the best fitment or they might be on reps, but the cars are still on the line of quality. They're still done right. And when the catfish policy pretty much refers to guys are coming here with their wrap peeling off, or again, parts not lined up, and there's a difference between that and
They
still
come
having
in and their fender is folded all the way backwards.
Yeah,
I'll tell you what they need to do. Not every person in the car scene is deep enough into it to make Gatlinburg, and there's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
Like, not everybody wants to sit there and build a full-time show car, because realistically, if you're gonna be in Gat, you're gonna have to be in a full-time, like a full build.
Yeah.
But like, they need to change. They need to make Smokies, since it's GAT but like mini GAT. They need to make Smokies as a show for people that are less into it than the people are that go to Gatlinburg
Yeah, I know
to
what
get
you
in.
mean.
Like, not I don't want to say like as like a lesser show,
more like
but maybe a more lenient, like for people that wouldn't normally make it into a show, like make it like a less of a show.
Yeah.
Just like still do the awards and still make people feel like whatever, because you got to think, if someone goes into a show like that and they're not really into it as much, but they have like a slightly built car and, you know, it's kind of put together, you know, nice, not like he said, it's still got to be put together nice.
Yeah.
It's just like lower quality parts and stuff like that, right? If they go in there and they win an award and they get that feeling of like, you know, like we have a clip of Gasol when he finished his car and he won first place at Gatlinburg, like that, and we'll put that in here. But that.
Best Infinity first place. Gasol Yakiano, 2017.
That like feeling that you get will change like your whole perspective on what you want to do. So some people have never had that feeling. You give them that feeling, that might be the next best of show car in Gatlinburg in a couple years.
It pushes them hard.
It pushes them hard.
Back when I first started coming around all these guys, I had a Genesis, and in the beginning, looking back on it, that car was rough. But I went to my first Gatlinburg with them like 2 weeks in, and I applied. I got denied respectfully. But then I looked at these cars. I was like, these cars have money into them. And then ever since then, I started putting more money and more time into my car. The next year, I got accepted into Gatlinburg, which that alone for me was an award.
Yeah,
I didn't necessarily care about the piece of hardware. That alone got me in the show. I didn't win anything. That's completely fine. But I was in the show in Gatlinburg. It was my first show ever, and then that made me push myself even harder. Okay, now I'm in the door. Let's strive for more.
Yeah,
and the next
work.
year I got second place. And it's just people take criticism differently.
And then you got first.
Yeah, and then I ended up,
the
it was
next build.
a different car, but I ended up getting first. Yes, I did.
Yeah, but you also took the time, like you learned from your first car and your mistakes in your first car, and then you took the time on the second car.
The Genesis, I had it for like 5-6 years, and I went through like 4 or 5 setups before
that car was
I
the
was
hardest
able.
car. When I first met y'all, when I stayed with y'all that year, your car, that the purple, when Genesis was purple, it was the nastiest.
Which
thing on the fucking planet.
was the evolution of me taking my time with that car and making it absolutely perfect. And now that I'm in a new chassis, I have that mindset already. I don't have to go through 6-7 different setups to build a heater right off the bat.
Because your mind is where it needs to be on how to build the car.
See, now I'm different. My car just be getting fucked up all the time. I keep having to change setups, bro.
We gotta talk about that.
I've had my
no one
Audi,
knows
bro,
about
for
it.
like, God, I've had that shit for like 2 years, man. I've been through damn near like 5 or 6 full different setups, and it's so annoying.
No, this
'cause-
week, bro. Listen,
God,
low at the
bro.
levy.
He hit a pizza tray.
No, and the thing about it, in 5 days, he had 3 things happen to his car.
yeah.
So okay, so check this out. So,
In
so
five-
number
to
one,
4 technically, because when he folded,
yeah, number one.
Oh yeah.
I just shout out
I'm
to
telling you,
Charlie.
those wheels are
Shout out
crazy.
to Charlie. Charlie came down here and me and him redid my car together. And then Carlos helped me with my trunk setup, or redid my trunk setup. Like, we did a full build on my car. This was the first show I was taking this car to, was Levy. I wanted to fix it for Levy, make it look perfect. Like, we took our time. I daily that car. Daily since I had it. It's been fun. I bought new wheels from Dassault, aired it out every day. Shit was fun. But Levy's like damn near 7 hours away. So I was like, let me get new tires. So that Tuesday, I threw new tires on my car, aired it out, perfect, right? So Wednesday, I was finna just clean my car up because we were leaving the next day. And then I pull it in here, and we had a customer in here, and I air it out, and I just hear it. And I'm like, damn it, I haven't made that noise in a while. I was like, my fitment must be real tight. I get out, man, my fender is folded underneath my tire the day before we leave
I
for
showed
Levy.
up like 20 minutes after, and I got here, and the shop was silent.
Bro, I wanted to die
Silent.
because I already knew. Me, Austin, Dan, all them, we all homies. But if I pull up with my fender like that,
I expect you.
I
don't
expect
push me
you to
out.
deny
Yeah.
me. Like, that's
Yeah.
just how it is. So I'm scrambling. Me and Carlos are just doing some crazy shit. I call the PDR guy. PDR guy says he can get it out. I take it up there. Shout out to them. They got it like 99% out, but the fender was split. It actually like split the metal. So they got it good enough to pass. So like when I aired out, you couldn't really see it. So it was good. So like I told myself when I got home, I'm gonna get a new fender. No big deal, right? I'll just get a
no
little bit of
biggie.
wrap. I'll be fine.
No biggie.
So then we get up there, and before we left, I had JP from Pen Metal Polishing polish my lips. And JP is good, but he might be too good because we got down there, and I parked my car at Dan's shop, and out of nowhere, I noticed this like burnt piece of wrap on my quarter panel. Couldn't figure out what it was. We tried to figure it out all weekend, and it wasn't even something that was touching the tire. Then I came to realize that literally my wheels were so high polished that my lip that stuck out caught my wrap on fire from the sunlight banging off the lip back on the
That's
wrap.
And it was hot.
And it was hot as
sun was
hell
big.
out
The
there,
rays
right?
were out. For all you people who tan, it was perfect time.
I couldn't be mad at it though, because like my lips were hella polished. So I was
Yeah.
like, that was like, okay, whatever, not a big deal. But in the grand scheme of things, shit just kept happening, right? So I made it to the show. Everything was fine at the show. I got some hard pictures. Skyline was in the back, like the actual Skyline. It was dope. They left on Sunday. So we all hit the town. Me, Zon, and some of our friends, we all hit the town. Rode the little Lime scooters that you pay and they GPS track you or whatever. And we thugged out all the way around the city. I get back in my car. We're 1 minute from the Airbnb. And them Cincinnati roads,
Woo,
they
boy.
ass.
Oh,
So I'm in the
boy,
car
boy.
doing this. I'm
Literally.
chilling. I'm vibing. We're 1 minute back. This truck in front of me, I just see this big metal saucer come out of the back of this dude's truck on a
flying
bounce.
saucer.
Came up. I swerved it. Well, I can only swerve so far because we're like in traffic on the highway. It just bamboozled the side of my car, bro. Like
By a
it was either hit
flying
the
saucer.
front and probably shattered my windshield, my carbon, everything, or hit the side of my car. It took out my door, my skirt, took a chunk out my lip. I mean, it was just I couldn't win. So at that point, I got back to the house. I was beat for the whole rest of the weekend. I ain't want to talk to nobody. It was terrible. So all that comes to the fact that I just finished that car. Now I'm finna have to redo it again, like completely.
well, that was 3 things. I thought it was 4.
I thought something else happened.
The wrap, the saucer, the fender.
Your one fender bubbled up an entire line.
That's
Oh,
what
yeah,
it was.
then
The wrap
the wrap peeled on one of my cores. So at this point, it's like by the time I bought all the wrap I need to fix the spots that got fucked up this weekend, I might as well just redo the car. There's so much. It's so much.
But that's what we go through, and that's what some of the guys who aren't as top tier. I'm not trying to say it like that, but like aren't GAT cars yet. Don't know that this is the stuff you go through on a weekly basis. The Sauce folded some normal fenders before he went
Bro,
carbon.
I don't even want to talk about. Man, I've had that car for a year and like 2 months, and I went through 3 fenders.
Yeah,
But y'all may be sitting there like, how they be fucking their cars up like that? We also daily our cars though. Like a lot of y'all don't daily your cars. Like cars and GAT, that's my biggest flex, and the same with them. I be winning awards at some of these shows. and I just hop in my car and drive up there. Like my car stays. I don't have no winter wheels, none of that shit. Like his $9,000 wheels that he got, my expensive ass wheels, they stay on my car, and I drive it, and I mean I pay for it obviously because shit be happening. But
You've been trying to set your fitment for weeks now. Just
Yeah.
figured it out.
Just figured it out.
It's hot though. I'll tell
Well,
you what,
it's just
hot
not
though.
we figured it
That's
out.
true.
It wasn't just figured out. We figured it out a little bit ago. Carlos just decided to do it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm lazy.
we went through probably 4 tiger paws, some sweat, some blood, a spacer, and some camber.
Yeah.
And a lot of yelling.
And a lot of screaming and
A
yelling
lot of
at
yelling.
Carlos. Because Carlos is the type of dude, he hard-headed. Like, we all hard-headed,
Yeah, he
but,
definitely
I'm just
but
lazy.
Carlos don't listen. He also lazy.
I'm the same way.
So, like, Carlos have one minor inconvenience for his car,
It's
over.
and that's it.
It's
That's it.
sitting
He wants-
outside.
It's posted up
outside.
on Marketplace. I'm
No,
telling
like,
you,
it's
he could not get his fitment right. He immediately posted those wheels.
But the thing- but the
I
thing
bet
was-
you that listing's still up too. You ain't deleted, did you?
Yes,
Yeah.
But see,
this
the
dude hit me
shit
up. He was
thing
like, "You
is,
firm
like,
on the price?" I said, "Yep."
we told Carlos when we first got his fitment done, we
my
figured it
God.
out. It was like there, but it was like not there. If that makes sense, like, it could have been better.
Yeah.
So I told Carlos what he needed to do. The Saw co-signed on it. Carlos just let it sit outside for a month,
Again.
complaining that his wheels.
What,
I just want my
Carlos?
fitment to
What's
be
your-
right.
what is
and
your
then,
excuse?
And then finally he ordered it. It took that boy 30 minutes to do what we said. He has the best fitment on a 5 Series wagon on 18s in the world.
I was about to say we were trying to do the impossible too, because
Yeah.
everybody goes 19s on the 5 Series wagon.
Yeah.
Everybody.
You went 18.
I wanted to do 18s because obviously the BBS is just old school. It just always suits BMWs, and I just happened to find a deal on some, but they're still up for sale.
No, they're not.
They're
bro.
not
Don't
for
sell
sale.
them. Don't. Why? Why?
His
BBS
fitment,
RSs
his
for sale.
fitment is literally perfect.
Yeah, it's
Front
it's
and
God
rear,
tier.
fender and lip on 18s, laying frame
God tier, bro.
on a wagon.
Don't-
It's perfect.
don't
No one's
sell
done
that
it.
shit.
No one has
Take the
18s
post
like
out
that.
right now. Go.
I wouldn't say God tier. It's
Whoa.
like Jesus tier because me and
Jesus-
Ryan still hold better fitment. I mean,
Yeah. I mean,
How's
not
our
right now
fingers
because I
look?
got to.
I can't say anything.
I was gonna
because
say
I'm
a full
stopped.
No,
fitness.
go on
I'm
Facebook
waiting
right
on my
now. Go
wheels.
on Marketplace and
I
take the
can't,
post.
bro.
While we're here,
Fine, we'll do it.
come on,
Let's get rid of it.
because there's no reason to sell them.
You know, it's funny too because Carlos always preached when he got them BBSs. He was like, "I'm gonna have so much better fitment than Ryan and Tasal." He couldn't get it
Yeah, I'm gonna make
until
it
we
fit.
did it.
I'm
Until
gonna make
Ryan
it fit.
Tasal had to figure out. his
Until
fitment.
we did it,
Delete.
fuckers.
No, you did it. We just figured it out. I wasn't
Delete
over there working on
post.
it.
Delete. Oh, I said
Listing.
delete and relist.
No, delete. Delete.
Rebump.
Renew? Yeah, that's what we're doing.
Oh, no.
It is deleted
They
off
are
of everybody.
those are yours.
Fine.
now. Just
They're
got them
mine.
polished. They still dirty because they've been sitting outside for weeks.
Yeah.
Sitting
for a
outside for
month.
weeks, bro. And then we fixed his air up.
Oh yeah, I don't
yeah,
know
my
how y'all
God.
did that. 'cause
That was all
up
the
there
saw right
now.
there.
Because I'm a god.
That was all the saw.
That was the Saul. No, and I ain't gonna hold
alright,
you. He found some random parts around and we ghetto rigged some
What's-
shit.
what's
and
the-
figured it
I
out.
thought I was
No,
beat on
that
air
wasn't
up.
ghetto
you
at
say?
all. That was a pretty solid idea.
I mean, it's not
actually.
ghetto, but it's definitely not how it's supposed to be.
If
But
I
If
was
you
trying to
dream it-
make it solid, but he wouldn't let me weld it in.
There's no point.
That's all I'm
There's no
saying.
point.
She is solid with
If
red
you
block
can
type.
dream it, the saw can build.
there you go, something like that.
But yeah, but that's what I do love about the car scene. It's a lot of trial and error. We have a lot of fun. I'll be back in another Stance car soon. After
I was
get rid
just
of the
about to say
fucking
that.
Z.
Realistically, now is just what is Zion doing next?
Yeah, we ain't gone on his bozo ass yet.
I'll be back in this. I was gonna drift my car. and
Didn't even
then-
make it out the parking lot.
And then I did some donuts. And I was like, you know what? This shit fun, but it's just not right now. Now the car's for sale. Hopefully some guy buys it next week. And
He's
then
been saying
I'm gonna
that for
buy
like 2 months.
a motorcycle.
If
just-
anybody wants to buy it, it's for sale for 10 G's,
Yeah,
flat,
It is
cash.
370Z, fresh pink wrap on it. Or
But what the?
salmon.
Don't listen to them.
Fresh
no, come
pink
get the. It's
fuchsia
come
wrap.
get it.
It's on air. It's got a
20K.
custom trunk setup.
Custom.
Custom as
Super
hell.
custom.
It's on some freshly refinished 370Z
stock 370.
Nismo Tier 1
Fresh
stock.
used tires.
He got one of them cool little pull the wheel off, ding, steering wheels, you know.
You know what I'm saying? You know, it's
annoying likewise shifter that everybody hates ever
I
in their
love
life.
it. I
Oh,
love it.
you know. Speaking of steering
why
wheels.
are we what?
No, hold on,
Oh.
hold on. I have to do this because I meant to bring it up to you. I rewatched the new Fast X yesterday,
Yeah.
and I noticed like the part where Dom like somehow has torque of a god and pulls those helicopters
bridge,
together
yeah.
on the bridge. It zooms in on his steering wheel. Just guess what steering wheel it was.
NRG.
Yup. Ain't no damn way. Ain't no damn
NRG
way.
paid up because he be thrashing that steering wheel.
He must
Ain't
be
no
part
way-
of the family.
Ain't no way that bitch.
They must be
didn't
part
break.
of the family.
They gotta be.
It had that little dookie ass
Well,
NRG,
you saw the logo, like,
NRG
here?
horn right on it. They zoomed right on them for like 2 seconds because they knew what they was
Yeah,
doing.
they knew what they was
But
doing.
It's product placement, bro.
Yeah,
There's no
product
way
placement.
that horn works though.
No, we
No.
finna,
There's no
we
way that
finna
horn
slightly
works.
touch on this. I don't know who all here has seen the movie.
Oh my gosh.
That movie was dog shit.
Dog water.
But I can't wait for the next one though.
No.
Because
Jason Momoa,
listen,
Jason Momoa saved
But
that movie.
listen, this is how I
100%.
feel. I don't think the movie was bad. I think if it had a different title and I was going to see like a Mission Impossible with cars, I would like it.
Yes,
Yeah.
You know what
exactly.
I'm saying?
Because Hobbs and Shaw was actually a good movie.
So it's we when we think of Fast and Furious, we think of racing. Or I still do for some reason. I don't know why. But if it wasn't a Fast and Furious movie, literally have a different name, it would be good. It
It's
would
all
be
about money
considered
now.
good.
so you telling me that movie just wasn't bad?
No. They was
I mean,
also-
Jason
so-
Momoa was funny.
yeah.
Yes,
I do
but
love him.
it gave me this is kind of a reach, but it kind of gave me like Avengers Infinity War to Endgame type vibes.
I know what you mean.
Infinity War, they're just getting fucked up the entire
Yeah,
time,
'cause it
which
was-
is what
it was
Fast
a
X is,
war.
and Fast X is also a
It was a
maybe
war.
3-part movie.
It reminded me of, and it sounds dumb, a lot of like the Speed Racer movie.
Yeah.
Because it was just a lot of, it was action. It was
Hey.
it wasn't meant to, in my eyes, I didn't take it as like a serious we're going to hit a race.
Yeah, because look at Infinity War. At the end, everyone died.
Yeah,
Fast X at the end,
everyone died.
Whoa.
It's an
So
action.
so
Oh,
pretty.
shit.
There's a lot of people that probably haven't watched it yet.
My bad. Go watch it.
Oh, you're beat. Everybody fucking
already-
dies.
yeah, it's
so
too late.
listen,
Do you think
ever
it's all
since Fast and Furious went to shit,
It didn't go to
I
shit.
no, it went
It
to
did.
shit.
It
went to
went to
shit.
an action
The
movie
best
series.
car movie, still to this date,
You finna say some crazy shit.
Need for Speed.
No.
Need for Speed. No, Need for Speed was a very
Need for
good
Speed
movie.
is it, bro.
That movie, Need
That
for Speed was
movie
a
is
very
it.
good movie. I
made a
rewatched it a
movie?
couple weeks ago.
Are you for
Yeah,
real?
bro? Yes.
Bro,
Go watch it.
Need for Speed is
I
gas.
forgot his name.
It's the dude from Breaking Bad.
Yeah, the guy
Yeah.
from Breaking Bad.
They made a movie?
Bro,
Yeah, no,
bad.
it's
no,
good, bro.
No,
It's
it's
good.
great.
Oh, I'm gonna have to go home and
That
watch it.
movie is it, bro.
Are we talking about car movies in general or like tuner car movies?
tuner car
Oh,
movies?
okay,
That
okay.
movie is
Then I
it,
agree.
bro. Like it
Well,
embodies
I mean,
exactly.
That one didn't
what-
really have tuner cars in it though.
I mean, it had the Mustang. I mean, it's like tuner cars
Can
and
we
supercars.
respect
Mustang's
Ford?
had a tutor car.
Can we respect Ford versus Ferrari though?
Ford
I
versus
never watched
Ferrari.
it.
Never watched
Oh,
it.
you're
God,
tripping, bro.
never
You're
watched it.
tripping. Go watch
I
it.
didn't-
I almost cried at the end.
It didn't seem like that type of movie for me.
It was.
No,
it
it's
is.
now
a really
Gran
good movie.
Turismo.
No, Gran Turismo.
Yeah,
I'm
that one looks like
excited
it'll be
about
I
Gran
ain't
it.
seen that
Turismo.
either.
It's not out
good.
yet.
It's-
You haven't seen the
Oh.
trailer for it?
I have seen the trailer for
Oh,
it.
they're so
insane.
good.
It's insane.
But Need for Speed is like, that's it though.
It is though.
I know none of y'all have watched it. New Transformers?
Is it?
I wanted
Is it
to see
good?
Hey, I heard people were walking out of that movie.
No, bro.
Because it was
What?
so bad.
No.
I watched a full thread on it. People said it was so bad they walked out of it.
Transformers is my favorite series of all
Yeah,
time.
me too.
And
No,
it
top
has
tier.
to be good?
It was good. The ending is literally like this. Straight curveball. The ending is gonna
Yeah,
blow
because
your
they're
fucking mind.
making it. It's the same. So I think a lot of movies now are switching to the series part because
Oh, yeah,
Transformers I heard did the same shit.
Yeah.
At the end, it ends, and then
It
you have
doesn't
to
just end.
Well, it says in front of the part.
Is this the end of the series? You think?
I don't think it's the end
Well,
of
No, they said that it's a part. It's a
It
series
might
part.
be
It's
the
a
end of the
parts.
series, but see, in the bio it says that this Transformers, this
Yeah.
this timeline I get is set in 1970s.
So we're gonna have more of the past that we didn't get to see.
Maybe, yeah.
That
it's
makes
gonna-
sense with
it's
the
like
whole series
Bumblebee,
part.
how they kind of went back on his
Okay,
past
that makes
a
a lot
little
of
bit.
sense. That makes a lot of sense.
Because they got Pete Davidson. In
Y'all
this
gonna
movie.
cry. There's the
Don't tell me
They bring
that.
back Shia LaBeouf.
no.
Oh, I don't
But
want to see it.
there's a sad part.
Don't tell me
They
that.
need to bring
LaBeouf-
back Megan Fox.
Shia LaBeouf and
Really?
Megan Fox are the best dude.
Boy,
Then
that's-
Shia
boy,
LaBeouf
that's
just ran
thing-
with
that's
this
what they need to
blonde
bring
girl.
back.
Yeah, I don't know what.
I don't know
where
what
she
was
came
going on
from.
with that.
But no, it's good.
Super
I'm
off
happy.
topic. We're way off topic.
But it's fine. No, but it's
That's
part
what
of
the
car
podcast is
scene.
for.
That's
We
true.
just-
That
we
is.
just
Just talk about everything.
We're talking about anything, so we can make things as long as we want. We're probably looking at like a good 40 or like 30, 40 minutes right now.
We need to start converting these to
Oh, like
Spotify.
put them on. Yeah, it's easy.
Spotify.
Spotify.
Would y'all have
Audio podcasts. do
Would you guys
really
listen
well,
to
'cause they
audio
don't have to
podcasts?
sit there and watch it. They can
You wait
just
for them to answer?
drive and
I don't think they're gonna answer it.
Quick question. Comment down below. I don't, if you would listen to the audio podcast or if you prefer that. So just
I don't
put
know
that in
because
the
I feel like you lose some of like the.
Not really, because there's going to be a lot of people like Zion, who's an iPad kid, just sits there and watches podcasts. But a lot of people, they
wanna
listen to
it while
podcasts
driving.
on their daily commute, or if they're working out, they're listening to the podcast.
That is
But
true.
you
like that,
lose
you
like
know?
okay, like when you watch like Theo Vaughn. Theo Vaughn's funny in his own, but like his facial expressions and like his just like persona makes him even
Mannerisms.
funny.
See,
His
I can-
mannerisms.
Okay, but like,
do
example,
both,
I'm
though.
gonna take it back. George Lopez, right? I can listen to George Lopez on Apple.
I can't
like
anymore.
just through my headphones.
Yeah.
And I can still visualize.
Yeah,
it.
that is.
I used to
very
wake up when I was a kid.
true. And it was always on.
And it was
man.
always
in the morning,
on,
I
bro.
swear, bro.
I'd wake up to that fucking
Yes.
song every time, and I'd be like,
For some
"Yo."
reason, it was always the intro. Like I always woke up.
Yeah, I woke
with a
up
new
at the- when it
episode coming on.
started.
And you have to stay up and watch
Yeah,
it.
you got.
And
to
then
do
you're
that.
up.
And then you see
And
what's
you
her
see
name?
his wife.
You see Angie Big Titties jumping up on that trip.
You're stupid.
Bro, every
She said-
single time I wake up and be like, "Well."
It's time to stay up.
But yeah, I think
They knew what they was doing. They
100%.
enhanced that
100%.
intro. Just so
Oh,
you wouldn't-
100%.
They slowed it down just a little
It's
bit
kind of
too
like
much.
those like on MTV when you have the late night commercials. Spring Break Girls, blah blah blah. Then it's like loud as fuck.
Like, Mom, I wasn't watching anything. But yeah, that's I don't know. I think the car scene's in a cool place.
Oh, we back to that now.
It's just a lot. No, I mean, I feel like we never really left. It's just
No, it's not as good as it used to be.
That's what
I wasn't here for that.
That's what I'm saying. I got in. I'm like apparently
it depends
like,
on like
I
okay,
wasn't
so
here.
like
It's the way you look at it now.
it's
bro.
the way you look at it, because I got people on my Facebook and like Instagram and stuff. I'm done with the car scene. But like,
week.
bro, it's about what you make it. Like literally this past weekend, like even if we didn't know Dan and Austin
Yeah.
and we found out about that show and we pulled up, we would have had fun.
100%.
Oh yeah, 100%.
And that's what it's about, because you meet new people. I met people this weekend that I've seen 100 times at other shows. I've just never spoke to them.
Steve's was the number one guy I had. Like,
Bro,
been
and
friends
we've
with.
been in group chats with Steve forever.
Yeah, never met that. That man is a vibe.
He's a vibe.
There's a video of him barking. I'm gonna put it right now. That boy. We all went downtown to the show. That's all.
But
He's
it was-
funny.
it was
the
fun,
car
dude.
the car scene is still very fun, but it has 100% turned into a big dick swinging
Oh, yeah.
contest.
I mean, I guess, bro, but like at the same time, like look at every other scene that you got in the world. Like the bike scene. I know the bike scene's terrible. It's got to be terrible. Like
no,
with
man.
how it is, bro. Like, but you have fun how you have fun. But like if you look at it like these other people do, where it's like, oh, the car scene's terrible, they gonna hate every other scene
I mean,
eventually.
every scene probably
But I
looks at
think-
their scene like it's dying or like this is happening.
like the boating scene.
I think we're
Niggas,
at
how
a-
they think they're
Yeah,
boating
the
me. You know what I'm
boating.
saying? Like it's every scene.
I think we're at an advantage though because we are so close with everybody. We've made the connections with the people, so we don't swing our dicks or we don't hang out with people that swing our dicks to us.
Our dicks are swing for us.
Yeah, our dicks already. You know what I mean? Because like we hang out with the heaters, the heavy hitters, the guys from Substantial, Vated, and we don't have to worry about that because we are friends. So I can see why some people who aren't on the level or in the have the personal relationships, they can see why they think. I feel like some people might even think we're out here trying to swing our dicks when we're really not. I mean, we are, but we're also really, you know what I mean. So it's we're
But it's
blessed
like
when
it's like I told like your sister when we were on the show when we were on in Cincinnati. Like even if somebody's not like a person that just is like an extrovert, I guess you could say. Like if you just like go there, you're gonna make friends whether you like it or
Yeah,
not.
definitely.
Like if you with people that are at least somewhat of an extrovert, like if you with us, like you gonna meet people because you're gonna be forced to.
Yeah.
Otherwise you gonna feel
Yeah,
weird.
that is very
'Cause,
true.
You know what I'm
if
saying?
I meet a
I
quiet
mean, it was
person,
like the
that's
first
cool.
Daytona
I'm like-
show I went with you.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But like we, they went with somebody that they didn't really know, and now
Had a
they're all
good-
cool.
Yeah, they had a
Yeah.
good. they had a
And then
good time.
I brought you to Daytona, and then you met everybody, and you had a good time.
Look
you
at
didn't
you
really
now,
want to
brother.
go.
Look at
And
me
you
now.
Look at you now, Poppy.
Look
You call him Poppy when things get heated.
Oh yeah, so look, so since the podcast is back up, and we're back doing the podcast, hopefully once a week. That's the goal.
I think I want to make a schedule. So what's a good day? Thursdays? Like we have it listed every Thursday or like a Tuesday.
Oh, when it gets posted.
Yeah, so because
and
we're probably
Thursday.
gonna shoot them on the weekends.
Thursday, because that gives you enough time. It gives you 4 days to edit it and post.
So
it.
like, and then we're about to get back. We had a lot of shit going on in the shop, but we got a lot of shit coming, like car wise. So I'm thinking like Tuesdays and Thursdays. Podcast Thursdays, video Tuesday. Why did I say it backwards? But you get what I'm saying.
No.
that would be nice to do for sure. As
But
long as we can get.
we want to talk about fucking we want to talk about everything. Is it raining?
Yeah, that's right.
We want to talk about everything. So there's going to be no limits. We're going to try not to.
And that's why we switched it.
Yeah, we want everybody to be here. We all got opinions. We all
Also
see
too,
everything.
so there's a few like companies, I guess, that we've been working with that we want to shout out
yes.
as well. I meant to do it at the beginning of the video, folded that, so we're gonna do it now. Number one, you got Road Garage, which is
Yes,
Ethan.
please.
We're gonna start getting some. We're gonna get some discount codes from these people that you guys can get from watching the videos, so y'all can go shop with them
Yes,
and get some stuff. So
yes.
number one, we got Ethan. And Ethan
He makes some
does
crazy
crazy liveries for cars. Basically, you give him your car, he'll
see
send you a
some
pre-made livery that he makes, and you can put it on yourself. They're very cost efficient, and with our discount code, it'll be even more cost efficient.
Yes,
you know
definitely.
what I'm saying. But his liveries are fire. We just installed one here on one of Tyler's drifters cars or something. We installed it on his car. Looked fire. Brought a whole new life to the car. The second company is my twin, which is Solo.
Shout out to the boy.
Sebastian, a lot of times you see people, I mean, you guys have seen it just as much as I have. These little companies come up, they last for a show, then they die because their designs are trash. The only ones that really have ever actually stayed alive is BG and Car Drugs.
Yeah.
And those are the biggest ones right now, for sure.
But Solo on the come
No,
up.
Sebastian is on the
But
winning side.
Sebastian's designs are fire. His clothing quality's fire.
He's just a good person.
He's
bro.
a good
That's what
person.
people like.
I mean, he's basically me. If
Yeah.
you look at, here's a side-by-side picture of
Literally
us right here.
They are this. It's insane.
And we
Definitely
look-
you down to because he's about to have another kid.
Yeah, he is about to have
Twinsies.
kids. So we have both have two kids. We both got arm tattoos, nose ring, glasses.
Oh, yeah,
the
it's-
same
it's
person
odd.
really.
It's
But
wild.
he balling out, doing well. And the third one, we met them in Cincy this past weekend.
Mm-hmm.
We all met them. That whole place is fire. They got a fire podcast set up. It's native,
Brand native.
brand native.
You already got this little stick up there.
Look
Really
at the
good
sticker up
people
there.
based out of Cincinnati. I'll put all their links in the comments or down in the description and stuff. But go check out their merch. We all bought some shirts. I'm actually wearing a shirt of this right now. But they got a crazy ass I don't want to call it a hype shop, but it's
He makes
a
his
boutique
own,
almost.
It's a boutique.
He's
yeah,
got a boutique.
It's a collection. He
Yeah.
makes his own designs there.
great place. Good people.
The shop itself was cool though. It wasn't it was weird. You would walk in there and you would expect to see Supreme, Louis,
Yeah.
shit like that. But it's all his own stuff. But it's the
We
coolest
spent
looking
like
store.
3 hours in there for
Bro,
no,
for no
just talking,
reason. I mean,
hanging out.
it's a decently sized store, and then they got this crazy secret room. So there's little signs all in there that
got a
say
little
see
video
if you
I'll
can
throw up
find the secret room, whatever. And you step on the grass, it's like this, and it's pressure activated, and a whole door opens up to another part of the
It's
store.
not a door. It's
I mean,
old retro.
It's an
Soda
old
machine.
fridge, but it's
Yeah,
on
it's a vending
it's
machine.
on a
The-
thing, and then
yeah,
it
it has the
opens
front of
up,
the for, like,
and
the
it's just a
Coke fridge or something.
completely white room.
Yeah, it's
It's
like
dope.
the main part
The
of his
sketch art,
building
the
is
anime
all
art.
black. It's got the black aesthetic to it and everything, and the black lights and everything. But you hit that pressure pad, it turns into a straight white negative room, and it's just awesome. And if you find the room, you get discounts on everything in the white
Yeah,
room.
it was really cool.
It's a high discount too. It was
Yeah.
25%
Yeah, it was
or
wild.
something like that.
So yeah,
It
please
was
go
sick,
check
though.
them out. Please go check them out. I don't know. I guess that's it. Our first podcast. Is that it?
I reckon.
No,
Make sure you guys go like, comment, subscribe. What you want to see? We're gonna be talking about everything. So
Mm-hmm. And comment, let us know what you want to see, because we're gonna be talking about. I mean, you can see in this podcast, it was kind of all over the place, but
But
that's
that's how
kind
it
of
should be.
that's
Yeah,
kind of a
absolutely.
good thing, though. You know what I'm saying? Because we talk about everything from the cars to lifestyle shit. We'll even talk about shoes sometimes. So,
we're definitely big into shoes.
we're all big into shoes. So, if you guys want to start messing with shoes, we'll talk about some drops, stuff that's coming out, some of our own personal collection, maybe. Maybe we'll even get into our own stuff next time, like
Yeah.
cars and plans and whatnot.
It's
that
gonna
we
be
got.
real. This podcast can be really raw, really raw.
Really raw.
How raw?
Like raw.
Like raw.
Raw.
Like
I
the
like
best
it.
kind.
Like
I like it.
Yeah.
the song
anal raw.
like 2016 the song Raw XD Raw.
oh,
That the song was.
I was gonna say how you like your cookie dough, raw as shit, but
Shit, it's a little inside joke. Yeah,
You'll see us do that a lot. When you see us at the show,
We can't
when
tell
you
you why.
see it, the Saw at the show, really, it's just the Saw. Walk up to him and just kind of do like this to him.
I want one person. Please, hope someone watch to the end. Like I know we're kids coming back with it, but if you see the song at a show, just do this, and we will know why.
We will all. You'll see us.
He
walk
might
up
give you
to
something.
him.
I don't know.
I know exactly who it's gonna be too.
Who?
The Malice Boys.
Oh, it's me and Charlie.
yeah.
Big shout out to them too.
Yeah.
We got real close to them over the past
2 years,
year.
whatever.
No, shit, it hasn't even been a year.
Not
We
even a year.
We
yeah.
play Xbox with them every night.
They
so.
wanted to beat our ass in Destin last year, and
Oh,
now we're
bro, they were on
funny.
some mob shit trying to whoop
That
our
was
ass
funny.
because we absolutely folded them
That was
in beer
funny.
pong. I mean, we fold them all the time, but it came to the point they knew
fold
that
them
they
all
weren't gonna beat us, so they might as well be friends with us.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And
If you
that's
can't beat
cool.
'em, join 'em,
if you
brother.
can't beat them, join them. And that's what we live by, because nobody's beating us in pong. I mean, me and the Saw are the
The
god
only person
team.
that's beating us is us, technically.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
We're not gonna talk about that.
You know what? Before we go,
Oh my god.
before we go,
Here we go.
there was one moment in time because a lot of people ask like, how do y'all work together? How do y'all not fight and stuff like that? Well, let me tell you. So there was a time, it was in Daytona Beach. We were at a show.
Literally,
This
like
was about
4 months ago.
This was
Yeah,
about 4
December.
months ago, give or take. I'm a very aggressive beer pong player, as in like I play it almost like it's a sport. And Desaul's my partner, so he's the same way. Well, we made it to the finals, and for some odd reason, it was Stant Shop versus Stant Shop, right?
Me and Carlos are the other team.
They were on the other team, right? It was a long weekend, you know what I'm saying? We had done a lot. We were a little tired, but, you know, we were doing our thing. And, like, Zahn shot. I fingered it out, all right? I fingered it out dry. I already know I did. God knows I did. Everybody knows I did. Zahn, however, did not. I flicked it out, but see, when I flicked out, it hit the cup, so a little bit of water came out. So he saw that and immediately thought maybe, you know what I'm saying? You see his face? He said he thought maybe that I had gotten it out with water and that. So I made him reshoot. Well, of course, when Zahn reshoot, that shit said, bing, right off the rim.
The ball definitely lied.
So after that, Zahn was really upset to the point where when they lost because of that, because
Bro, I
Zahn
was
checked out for the
mad.
rest of the game,
I was so
he didn't even want to shake my hand.
I swear.
It was that bad.
Swore
It was
they
like that.
lied.
Me and Ryan even like looked at each other and were like, "Should we throw the game and let them win one?" But not after that fuck shit. They gotta earn that.
We both teams, them two and us two, had made it to the very end. We beat everybody, and I'm hyped. Me and Carlos, our first time really playing together, we was really feeling good. And I swore, if I had a live action replay, the ball came up with a little sprinkle of water.
I
And
mean,
was
it didn't, but you know what I'm saying?
And you know, now looking back, I can see that his finger might have touched the water because it was under the ball. But at the time, no, it was water.
So Zahn checked out. Homie was mad. He was just, anytime it was his turn, Carlos was fighting for his life. Fighting for his life staying in that game. So we ended up beating
I
them.
want to formally apologize to Carlos.
That rest of that weekend, me and Zahn weren't even really cool, to be honest with you. He didn't fuck with me for the rest of the weekend. So if y'all ever want to know why sometimes shit be like that, that's why. But you know, that's it. That's all we had to talk about.
That's it.
That's it.
It definitely pissed him off because we were fucking smoking
People, bro.
smoking them before.
Me and Carlos was hot.
Okay,
Okay, that's
they want that shit. They go.
Stand Shop, the podcast. Wait, what? Okay, blah blah. That's the end of Stand Shop Boys, the podcast. Episode 1, season 2. We appreciate all y'all watching. That's it, man. That's it. Anything else? We out of here. Bye. Stop doing that, man. You see? Okay, that's your main part.
How's it
Get
sound?
outta here.